Hey everyone, so it's the last little bit of what I got to do to the car before we pull the engine. So, and that's going to be on Black Friday. So this is weekend before Thanksgiving. As you can see, I've got the car up on 4 jack stands now. So it's got plenty of room to get underneath there to get everything. I've also got the cherry picker. Borrowed that from Chair City Corvair Center, so that's in place. In the engine compartment, I went ahead and I took the intake manifold off, exhaust. I've got stuff kind of tied away with zip ties. Bought some grade 8 bolts here, and I think I'll put one over there, and I just kind of stuck it in here for now. Got that, so I'm gonna go underneath and see if I can work on the torque tube. Watched a couple different videos on that, different people, how they had different ways of doing it and stuff, but different model cars too. So let me get some extra light plugged in and then crawl under there and see what I need to start taking that down. All right, as you can see, we've got 6 bolts that surround that. And I forgot to release the parking brake because I got to get that spring off of there. But another thing I noticed, I've got a puddle here, and it's transmission fluid, and it looks like it's coming from the filler tube. So just, I guess, moving the car around, I guess probably when I had the car up, before I jacked it up level, I was starting to leak out a little bit there. So let me release the parking brake real quick and get that spring off of there, the tension on that, because it's just gonna, as soon as I release those, it's just gonna fly back. And also I need to get a strap that I'm gonna go from side to side on the frame to hold this up, so it doesn't, when it drops, it won't drop down, it'll stay hanging up. So let me get those 2 things real quick. Alright, so on the strap here, I went over the top of the frame and looped back around on both sides. That way it's pulling it as best it can there. So let me see if I can tighten it up a little more here. It's a little tough because it's around the frame here. So hopefully the thing won't drop down any more than that right there. So if I get all this extra stuff here, find a place to put it so it's out of the way. Now when we pull the engine, we've got some the casters coming, so we're going to put the car on casters, wheel it around, point it out that way, pull the engine out, and then slide the engine onto a trailer. So a pan here underneath. So it's a 9/16 that holds these in. Let me get the spring here. Let's see, because I don't have, when I pull it, I don't have anything to brace myself up against. It's not move. It's not an object that's wanting to move. There it is. Got like crusty dirt off the spring there. It's one thing this car's got a lot of. It's dirt and oil and grease just all over the place, especially in the engine bay there. All right, so got a 9/16 here. Get it on here. Okay, turning really easy. Now, what most people say, as soon as I break this loose, it's going to drain some transmission fluid. So I've got a pan underneath to hold it in place, to catch it. It's light here. tension on some of these, give me some more leverage. At least all these bolts are coming off fairly easy. They're not seized on there. Guess another thing would be if I took the floor mat out, I could undo the cover where the gear shift would be and get to these that way. But I don't want to pull that cover out because it's the floor mat because it's falling apart. I'll probably just replace it with carpet once I get the car cleaned up more, but that's several years down the road. But until then, leave the mat there. Now I got a rubber floor mat in the 65 Corvair, and I cannot get another one of those. Somebody's replicating them for the forward control Corvairs, the vans and the pickups, but I'm not replicating them for the 65 coupes. Okay, and these are coming out in my hand. Another thing I probably need to do is get under here and zip tie anything else that might be in the way. Let's see, it looks like it might just be 2 bolts going up through here on these access holes. I'll get under there and take a look. Somebody at work that I know that works on these quite a bit, he said to check for any mounting points on the bell housing or anything like that, but I didn't see any. And you might have been thinking of a car with a standard transmission, the mounting points were a little different on the transmission for standard versus Power Glide. So he's working on Studebakers now, so he's got his mind on the Studebaker. He's putting together a pre-war Studebaker. He's going to rat rod or street rod. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, starting to see some fluid come through here. Okay. Got all the bolts out. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I need a flathead screwdriver to pry this out. There it goes. Okay. And that slides back, wow, pretty far. And there's another seal right there. It looks like that seal looks broken. Been around something and all right, there's another part to it here. All right, I think I will need a flathead screwdriver on this. Okay. Okay, there's another. That was just a washer there. Another, or gasket. Okay. So let me take a look here. What else needs to come out here? All right, I might have to stop and sit down and read the book on this because this isn't matching what I saw on YouTube videos on that. So let me go, let me consult with the book and see what else I need to do here. Okay, the book makes it seem a lot simpler than what it probably really is. So I've loosened this part up here, trying to slip it back, and I got this to move a little bit once I got this loose. Now getting this loose is easier said than done. It doesn't want to, it's just real tough, and I think it's going on all this dirt and grime that's on this part here, and then that moves back. So now I'm thinking I need to clean this off, get it nice and smooth, because all the dirt and grime that's on there is holding it in place. So that's going to be the next thing to do. So I'll get a brush and wire brush and do that. Okay, so I got this collar moved back all the way. There's probably something in there because I can tell it's just kind of wiggling around a little bit. So let's see how easy this comes back now. Oh yeah, comes back real easy. All right, and here's so there's 2 bolts there. Don't know what size they are. Let me try 7/16. Well, I think they're smaller than 7/16. So let me get the neck size down. All right, so I gotta, this will work. So I got my 3/8 socket here. Is that it? Smaller than 3/8? Can't be. Oh wait, there's a, hang on, I know what I'm missing here. There's a little locking thing there, so I need to get, that's the one thing I forgot. Got a little locking tab there, so let's see. Something to hammer that down. It's the one thing I forgot about. That was in somebody's video. Alright, so I got a small screwdriver. And a small hammer here. Got that side down. Get this side. Okay, this other side is, let's put it up really tight up against there. Kind of tough to get underneath that there. Where I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. There it is. Got in there. Okay. That one's down good. And that one's down good. So let's try this again. Alright. Coming loose real easy. Get that out. That one out. Sit here so I don't lose them. Now, let me bring this in here so y'all can see exactly what's going on. So I got that out. So I think that just slides out, and then I can hopefully rotate the shaft around. Yep, slides out here. There it is. Came out. Okay. I just have to, but there's nothing leaking out of here. So let me go to the other side here. Should be able to reach it from the other side anyway. Move the camera around so you can see. Move my lights over. Yeah, I can see to get to that. Oh, wait. Yeah, a little doohickeys. Bend it down. Or is it still there? I think I bent it down. Didn't feel like it. But oh, there it is. Spinning around. As soon as I try to take it off. Won't spin with the tires, but no, put a wrench on it and start spinning. Okay, and during one of the cuts, I did look under here. There's one bolt here. There's one bolt there. I think that's what's holding the transmission in. So after I get this pulled back, I'm basically down to 4 bolts. I'm pulling the engine out. So let's see, I got 3 people coming to help me with that. One's a former C-130 mechanic. One's a former helicopter technician, avionics technician, and I was former V-52. So, and then one other person. So, come on. This one's not coming out as easy. I'm doing it left-handed as well. So there's no lock washer on there or anything like that. Because it doesn't need a lock washer if we got these little tabs that bend up. Hopefully, now Chevys of the 40s is one place I've been getting a lot of stuff, so hopefully they have their replacement there, because you kind of start bending stuff like that back and forth, you know, it gets kind of weak. So, alright, let's see if I can pull this one out. There it goes. Let's see. It doesn't want to come out as easy as the other one did. Comes out and it stops. Okay, I wonder what the trick is to it. There it goes. All right, then that's pulled back. So I've got complete separation from the transmission and the torque tube. Torque tube is suspended in the air. So the day of pulling the engine, I'll take these bolts out here, get the ones up underneath on top, and then it'll be ready to pull out. So cross your fingers. Hopefully everything will go smoothly here. I don't think I need to take any of this out. I'll check this side over here just to see if there's anything I need to tie wrap to hang out of the way. Get some kitty litter for that little transmission leak there, and it'll be good to go. But this was kind of easy. It was a little, you know, not what I thought it was going to be, but it was kind of easy to get this done, get this out. I think, yeah, I can probably pull this out once the transmission's out. I can pull this probably all the way out and replace any of the seals that are up in here and stuff. So got to get that on the list as well as parts to do. But like I said, thanks for watching. I'll try to do a long video, like a stop motion video or something like that, of the engine getting pulled out. And this brake line here is not in its correct place. Maybe I need to get a new snap for that or something there. Seems to be good, but I don't think I'm not set up to do like a live thing or anything like that yet. So, but I'll get some more equipment or something like that, and I'll be able to maybe do a live show or something like that. But like I said, thanks for watching. If you got any comments, tips, or suggestions, if you've done this before and you notice something I should be doing that I haven't done, let me know. I'd greatly appreciate it. So thanks to everybody else that's done videos on this prior to this. Like I said, I've looked at several different ones, try to get different things from everybody else. But make sure you like the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and continue watching the journey. Thanks.